Ladies and gentlemen, get your paints, grab your pencils, collect anything in your house that could be considered art supplies. It's time for Art Smackdown, the game show that makes art the cutthroat competition it's supposed to be. This week's contestants are the reigning best artist in the world, Casey Gibbs, last week's audience champion, Chris Wilcoxon, and contender Paul Otto, with celebrity judges Shane Mauss and Rajiv Fernandez. And now, here's your hosts, Micah Sherman and Ethan T. Berlin.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Hey there, Ethan.
Mark,
that was,
buddy. Yeah, that was amazing. I'm still just feel weepy after that introduction. That was great, dude.
I'm a little nauseous, to be honest.
That hit me right here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome, everybody, to Art Smackdown. So this is a game show like Nailed It, but instead of baking delicious desserts, we're making delicious art. So what are the rules of this game show, Ethan?
Well, Micah, I thought you would never ask. I really did. So here's the deal. 3 artists enter the stream. We give them a real stupid challenge, and then halfway through we say, hey, remember that stupid challenge? We're making it stupider because we're telling you to compromise your vision. And the best tomorrow, at the end, sorry, did you hear that?
Yeah.
It sounded like I messed up, but I didn't. That's your hearing.
Oh, I think I
At the
might
end,
have
the
a
best-
problem with my stream.
Yeah, that's on you. And the best artist emerges victorious based on the judges' opinions and our patented viewer poll, which is actually just a Twitch poll, but we are attempting to patent it. Our lawyers are doing it. Either way, just vote. Do it. Mark's turn.
And that's not all, Ethan.
Oh,
You at home have You at home have a chance to be on next week's show. Just grab your art supplies, literally any art supplies you have laying around. Pen, paper, Legos, glitter, paintbrushes, Photoshop, crayons. You know what art supplies are. And take the challenge along with the competitors. The email address that you can send those pictures to is fartsmackdown@gmail.com. That's fartsmackdown with an F, because Art Smackdown was already taken. Micah?
All right, so let's get started with a 30-second self-expression. Is everybody ready? Okay. You have
Ready,
30
Micah.
seconds. Are you ready, Ethan?
I'm ready. I don't know
All
if you need to know. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Mark, you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
All right. So, everybody, you have 30 seconds to do a portrait of yourself as a robot. That's a self-portrait of you if you were a robot. Go.
Micah, while they're doing that, one thing I noticed is Mark says Legos.
As opposed to what?
Lego.
Lego?
Yeah.
Lego.
Yeah, Legos.
No, Lego.
You say Legos.
Legos.
Like Lego my
What?
Ego.
No.
Lego Mayago.
No one says that. Just you
Everybody
two.
says that. Nobody says Lego.
No,
Yeah.
it's totally Lego.
You're putting too much seasoning on that. It's just Lego.
Time's up.
All right.
Wait. I know we have to do the show, but it's very important that people let me know whether my entire life has been wrong up to this point. If people let us know in the chat how wrong Mark and Micah are. All right, let's do the show.
Those of you in the chat who did the 30-second self-expression, take a picture, send it to fartsmackdown@gmail.com. All right, so let's meet this week's contestant. He's the best artist in the world. It's Casey Gibbs. Casey, let's see how you expressed yourself, buddy.
All right. Here we are.
Nice.
Little robot.
The poisonous robot.
With a nice
Yeah.
little beard.
Yeah, it's got the standard ham radio antenna on top.
Exactly. Got a nice little clamps for hands, and
Oh, for sure.
got to give him a little skull shirt because it's got to be me.
And
Yeah,
what the
it's,
fuck, Paul? Are you still working? Is Paul still working?
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Are you still working?
I don't think so. Are you working? Are we working? I'm trying
Not
to hear
working.
what everybody. You got a robot voice going on.
Oh yeah,
That's
there's
normal.
like, Ethan, you've got a weird robot voice.
Yeah. Well, fuck you.
Casey's had those Lego hands. Lego.
Lego.
Lego?
Hands.
You're
Yes.
saying it right now.
You say Lego?
They're the clamps. Like clamps. From Futurama.
Futurama clamps. Well, let's go to Paul. Let's go to Paul and see what he's got going on since he already jumped in here.
Hey, yeah, I have. This is the best
Hold on.
robot I could do of me.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks.
That's really good.
It has an antenna on
Yep.
top.
Robots have to have antennas, or else how are you going to control them?
That's true. You don't want to let them get away. So I've been using a little piece of bamboo and an ink dip thing. So that's what that's about.
Hold
And a
on,
mark.
did you do that whole thing with?
No, I have a piece of it's a marker, a blue marker, and then a little ink dip bamboo pen thing. So you do it with ink like that. It's just like a little pen. It's very low tech.
That's
Is he allowed to
incredible.
do that? That's pretty cool.
That was really, really cool.
Is my voice still robotic?
No, it's better now.
Yeah, you
Alright.
said
No,
that.
it's way better.
That's what that is. He has a little
All right, Paul.
mouth. So that's me.
Well, yeah. Well, good luck, and
Thanks.
why don't you tell folks your Instagram handle, since you're a stand-up who's been
Yes.
supporting himself by painting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Where can people see your work?
I should have my website adapted to that, but I don't. So my best way to find me right now is Instagram, and that's just my name plus the word art. So it's just Paul Odo Art. It's very simple like that. PaulOddoArt, and that's the easiest way.
Nice, man. Well, good luck today, and thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check out Chris Wilcoxon's beautiful self-expression. Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I wouldn't qualify this as technically beautiful, but this is what I went with. I didn't go the route of an antenna, and that was probably a mistake because trying to draw robots with hair, seemed to be a problem. And I don't know how triangles work either.
He's got a nice beret.
Yeah, it looks closer to a hat than hair.
Yeah. Congratulations on your win last week. It's great to have you back on the show, my friend.
I do what I can. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, good luck, and Ethan, why don't we jump into the 20-minute masterpiece?
You know what? No reason that I can think. Let's do it, my man.
And this is really where the rubber hits the road, right? This is the real meat of the show. This is the old entree.
Yeah, this is the reason you got a babysitter right now. Artists, are you ready?
Ready.
Nobody cares. Viewers at home, are you ready? We don't care either.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go, Mark. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, is it up to me? Oh, is it up to me?
I can't hear them, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, woo!
That's good. Okay, listen, this is what you're going to do. This is your challenge. We want you to design a mural of the best day of your life. What we're talking about, you're going to create the design for your mural that will eventually go on a wall based on the best day you ever had. This go on a brick wall on the side of a 7-Eleven stall, any shower stall, but the key elements are mural and best day ever. Good luck.
And the clock has begun.
Good luck to you at home too. Remember, if you art along with us, once you're done, take a picture and send it to fartsmackdown@gmail.com. gmail.com. That's Gmail, not Hotmail.
I make that mistake all the time when I'm
Same.
emailing myself.
All right. So while everybody's arting, let's take this opportunity to meet our judges. This first judge is a stand-up that you've seen on Conan and Comedy Central, and is the host of the science comedy podcast Here We Are. And he's my very good friend. Please welcome to the stream, Mr. Shane Mauss.
Welcome.
Oh, there. I'm off of mute now. Yay. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Shane.
Hey.
It's nice to be here. That first bit of art, that was amazing. Those 30-second little sliver. I loved how raw Chris was, and Casey just like nailing the classic robot, and Paul made me I saw Paul's and I was like, why do I always assume robots are gonna have bodies? If you're a robot, what do you need a body for? Why
it's just taking up space.
Why even have it attached to you? Why not just have your limbs or whatever like flying around doing other things? So limiting. And I
Shane,
would have really never thought about that.
You know a lot about like the future of humanity as it relates to robots and stuff, because you're like a science fan, right? So
yeah, but I don't. I first got into science when I was young because I was like a futurist, a transhumanist, and I wanted to like my brain to be uploaded into a computer and stuff. And then I went the other way. I eventually got way into evolutionary theory and that sort of stuff. And now I'm a old curmudgeon that doesn't care about the newfangled things.
that's because you became totally enlightened during your documentary.
Oh yeah, enlightened. Yeah, that's one word for it.
Do you want to tell people what your documentary is all about? It's great.
I want to hear.
If you have a chance to see it.
Sure, yeah. I have a documentary. It's called Psychonautics, a comics exploration of psychedelics. And I have this weird path where I've been like gobbling mushrooms and doing various psychedelics through since I was like 16 or so. And I always had a few jokes here and there about them in my act. And then in like 2016 or 2015 or something like that, I put together a whole show about them that accidentally like became kind of popular, and then it became some people wanted to make a documentary about psychedelic research and my use with them and everything. And so I went about trying to like prove how safe and effective and therapeutic and wonderful psychedelics are by doing way more of them than I ever would under normal conditions because of budget constraints and things like that. And then I lost my mind and eventually ended up in a psych ward for a little while and had quite the story to tell from it. But it was also a wonderful journey.
And you're all better now, but
yeah. If you can't tell from looking at me.
This is
Shane, what's happening?
Yeah, what happened, man?
You're freaking me out right now. I do like that move. That's always the like that's the go-to.
You're running through a forest.
You're
running through a forest.
16. Your friend just got baked for the first time. Give him the forest.
This is the most lumberjack I've ever seen you, though. Usually you've got a really tight haircut.
This is the most lumberjack I've ever been. I started doing stubble, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, but was still a pretty clean cut guy. And quarantine, I was just like, I'm never gonna have a facial hair opportunity like this again. If I want to see what happens, now's the time. So I haven't shaved. I haven't cut a single hair other than a couple nose hairs in all of quarantine. It's very exciting. A lot of people are very concerned about me.
I just met you and I'm pretty concerned.
Yeah. That's the impression that I give a lot of people.
I'm going to get a haircut for the first time in 5 months tomorrow, and
Really?
my hair's gotten so long that my fiance is encouraging me to start a man bun. Like I'm going for a man bun now.
Do it.
Oh,
Everyone loves man buns.
that's that's interesting territory. She's probably just hoping you'll go bisexual.
What? Why is that her hope?
I don't know. That's what I equate with man buns.
Man,
Yeah.
every guy that has a man bun is bisexual.
Yeah, that's what I assume is your wife wants a
And
three-way with
every-
you
that's
and
what
another
every-
man, and that's how she's getting into like, oh, now that we got you doing the man bun, like what do you think about? I don't know. I don't know. That's how I would do it. I'd go the man bun route.
Yeah, man. I mean, every fiance wants that. Everyone wants to be like, "Hey, are you going to be committed to me? Or are you maybe interested?"
Would you first put your hair in a man bun? And then
Oh,
we
no.
invite another man into our bedroom.
Yeah.
just to test it out. You got to kick the tires a little bit
Also-
of the stability of the relationship.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need to be bisexual to have a threesome with. All right.
You don't need to be, but it certainly would help, I think.
It would definitely help. It would make conversation a lot simpler.
Well, I mean,
Conversation.
Yeah, don't we all talk
The
during
conversation.
threesomes?
listen,
No?
I just feel like it would be,
It's a
it
healthy
would give you
dialogue.
more options.
Micah, when did you guys have a date in mind before quarantine? Or
For
was it just a-
bisexuality?
Yeah. we had a ballpark.
Yeah. Is it pushed back a little bit?
Say what?
Is it pushed back a little bit?
Yeah, we got to push back a little bit. But Shane, we'll come back to you in a little bit. We're gonna go meet our
Oh.
other judge now, and we'll talk to you in a little
Sorry.
bit. You're great. All right, so this other guy's a sketch comedian who's going to be performing this Saturday with our very own Mark Stetson, an old school sketch show. Welcome, Rajiv Fernandez. Rajiv,
Rajiv?
hey, buddy.
Oh my. What an intro for me just now.
This other guy.
I know. Well, you know,
Would
I didn't
you-
have a man bun, but I did have a ponytail, and I'm bisexual, so I guess that's like halfway there.
It
No, you're all,
confirms
the way,
it.
you're all the way there.
Confirms it.
Confirmed.
Did you know you were bisexual because you had longer hair and you were able to put it back?
It was only when the longer hair came in that I decided to really.
Yeah.
I
That's
think we
how
need to
it
get
works.
some data on this theory. I don't necessarily know if it's going to hold up.
Guys, I do have a science podcast. Remember?
Okay, you're right. Never mind. Shouldn't have. Don't mean to be a hater. Rajiv, what's the writing on the wall behind you?
Those are a bunch of my NDA projects, so just kind of like ignore them. I'm working
Sorry.
out of my house currently. I mean, I also have an office space which I go to, but you know, for the first like 2 months of quarantine, I was just kind of putting everything behind me on this little whiteboard I have. So basically, just telling me what I had to do each day after I finished watching The Price is Right. That was the highlight of quarantine for me. Was every day going back to when I was like 8 years old and not having school and getting to sit and watch The Price is Right. And it's just as exciting as it was back then.
They killed off the previous host.
Yeah. Are you
Still
young?
alive. I Wikipedia'd him the other day.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Bob Barker.
200 or something.
Shit, I
Bob
am a bunch of
Barker's still
emails.
alive.
We're at 10
Bob Barker's
minutes.
still
by the way.
alive.
We are at 10 minutes.
Oh.
What do you
Halfway
think
through.
they're going to be excited about on The Price is Right like a year from now?
Hold that, Shane. We've got to compromise the vision.
Guys, I think this might be the part I have to say. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's important for me to talk now. I'll do it. Okay. Did I get your attention?
You got mine.
Time to compromise your art. Take that mural design and shove it up. Take that mural design you're working on and add as many movie villains that you can think of to the mural. A bunch of movie villains. That's it. That's all we could come up with. Do it or die.
That was great. That was great. I felt that one right in my cockles.
Hey, Rajiv, who's your like prototypical movie villain? By the way, I feel like I remember Bob Barker dying. I feel like that's a Mandela effect situation.
I did too, but then I just Googled it and it's in first tense. First tense, present tense.
No.
The first present tense. I say first tense because it's the first tense that people came up with.
Yeah.
Was he hanging out
They
with the
just spayed and
Bernstein
neutered him.
Bears?
You want me to answer the question? Okay.
We're just gonna keep asking you questions. You answer them all at the
straight
end.
up movie villain. All right, I'm not gonna give you the straight like superhero type of answer. I'm pretty much always gonna try to relate it back to my favorite movie, Coming to America. So, like Eric LaSalle, his character, he's like this entitled guy. He thinks he's all shit, but he's really not. Like that's the type of villain like I think of. And like those are
He
people
got
that
rich off his father's invention.
Exactly. Like he hasn't done anything in his life to like deserve respect. So fuck him and fuck all the villains. Try to ruin the plot, the storyline that you want to see.
Hey, I got a
I can't
villain.
remember his actual name. Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Daryl.
Have you guys seen the movie Beethoven?
Like with the dog?
The dog?
I've only
Yeah.
seen Beethoven's Fifth.
Great
Well, in the first one, there's a veterinarian who is trying to steal Beethoven in order to test some sort of medicine on him. And this veterinarian made my 4-year-old sob so much because he was a bad guy and he was going to hurt the dog. So that's fucked up.
I have a friend who like wouldn't stop crying during 101 Dalmatians because of Cruella de Vil.
Oh, I thought because he hated counting.
That too.
That was me.
Oh
She
shit!
scares the bejesus out of me.
Math equals evil, so not mine. I'm Indian, so I love math.
I feel
can we
like
get
those
the data on that as well.
those movie villains that like you can't really hurt, like Leatherface and
Dildo mouth.
Dildo Mouth. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that guy. You can't hurt him no matter how many dildos you put in his mouth.
No, he's natural selection has adapted him to that condition.
No, he has a dildo for a mouth, and the dildo's so like it when it gets helicoptering around, it creates a shield of invincibility around him. I don't.
Truth be told, I haven't seen the whole movie. I've only seen the trailer. That's all I
Oh,
needed.
this is an actual villain.
No.
I just watched it. I just watched it in 7-minute bits. On
That
mute
was
in my bathroom.
convincing, Micah.
I was taken to Pornhub for some strange reason.
Yeah, there is no actual world where you see a trailer for Dildo Mouth and don't go and see the movie immediately.
Ah, they gave away everything in the trailer. What are you eating there, Mark?
Dinner.
Oh, it's one of my
It's,
favorites.
Yeah. Some pork, non flamethrower broiled, and some apple salad. I don't know. I didn't make it. It's really good though.
Have you guys been cooking a lot for yourselves?
Yeah, man.
I'm doing a lot of cooking.
Yeah, I've done some crazy shit.
What do you mean? What have you done that's crazy?
I looked up like how to make something, and then I ordered those ingredients, and then I made that thing.
By the way, it's only people. I feel like it's only people who work in entertainment who are like, "So you cooking for yourself now?" Like, everybody else cooks for themselves except for people that are out at night and who never learn how to cook for themselves.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
I was.
when I realized how much money I was saving, I was just like, bathing myself in all these dollar bills I was saving by not eating out all the time. It was incredible. Never felt this way in New York before.
Were you just hanging out on your bed with like 10 singles, just making them rain
You bet it. You better believe it.
consecutively?
I have a Lego type of a question. My
I think you mean Lego, but go.
my parents, who are from small towns in Iowa, they say dinner, usually for lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Say
then dinner
dinner
is
for
And
supper.
they say supper for dinner. Yeah.
Jay,
Yeah.
you know how I know that?
It's
Because
just
I'm from
wrong.
Iowa.
You're from Iowa?
Yeah,
Where?
just like your parents. Council Bluffs.
Council Bluffs. Don't
Right
know.
next
It's
to-
over. Yeah.
Right next to
It's a-
where?
Yeah, but
It's in
I was always
Iowa.
thrown off by that. I was like, because I always grew up saying dinner is dinner.
Well, I looked up something one time, and it said that in some uses dinner is considered the largest meal of the day, which means you wouldn't know what dinner is until until you have the hindsight to look back on the day, and then you're like, oh, breakfast was dinner today. That's when I measured the amount of food on each meal, and now I know what dinner was.
Is
Shane,
it
do
wrong
your
that I have
parents?
3 dinners a night or a day rather?
Yes.
Shane, do your parents?
Artists, you have 2.5 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left in the challenge.
Do your
And in
parents use
life.
it as a
And in-
verb? Do they say we're gonna sup? We supped?
No. No. Like we're gonna din. No.
No,
it'd be
Like
cooler.
we're gonna bra.
I feel that's a very bougie thing to do. It's like, oh, we're gonna go vacation here. Like people in
yeah.
Iowa are too humble to say something like that.
Yeah.
By the
Wait,
way,
what would be the other word?
I'm humble. Okay.
You don't know. Okay. What do you guys call it? Vacation or brunch?
We call it Village Inn.
Ooh. Wait, so you grew up in Iowa and now you live in New York?
Yeah.
I was
Did
just
you-
catching up.
Yeah. I was
Hey,
one
do you
of
guys
like
say?
I was like one of like 3 brown people in all of Iowa. So
Ugh, now you're down to 2?
yep.
Yeah.
Just your parents. Is it like Iowa? Iowa's like pretty white, right? Like just white people.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like it's so white. Like I was the black kid in school. Like they celebrated me on Martin Luther King Day.
Oh wow, did they?
Really?
Yeah, that's how dumb they were. But
Oh my god, that's so weird and awkward.
Sorry to laugh at your pain, but that's pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's
We have a minute left, folks.
Sounds about
1
right.
minute.
Do you
it also doesn't help that my last name's Fernandez, so that just confused everyone
That's
else.
confusing. Yeah, that's on you.
It's still confusing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a bit
Hey,
thrown
do you
off.
guys
I was gonna ask.
do you guys say use the restroom or bleed into the toilet? What do you guys say?
Bleed into the toilet. Next question.
Okay.
30 seconds. 30 seconds, artists.
Oh man, I'm so.
All right,
so
we're
glad
getting
I'm
down
not an
to it.
artist.
So judges, we're about to take a look at these beautiful masterpieces, and you guys need to decide who you think is the just the best, just the absolute best
In terms of art.
10 seconds.
in terms of art, in terms of skill, in terms of
Smacking down.
smacking down, art smacking down.
Art
you guys
utensils
Smackdown or
down.
What's that, Mark?
Art utensils down.
Oh, art utensils down. Chris, I see you, buddy. I
Chris,
saw
glove
you.
off, dude. Nice try.
You don't take your glove off, man.
Yeah, guys, please sit on your hands now. Yep.
All right. So let's start with Chris, and take a look at what we're working with here.
So most of mine was spent coloring and not actually capturing the image. So there's a lot of good color in it, but the mural was actually supposed to be me adopting a dog.
Oh.
And when I went to compromise it, I hadn't even put it on my face at all. So,
hold on.
And then did dildo mouth?
Did you turn yourself into the Joker?
I am now the Joker. There wasn't a whole lot of room to add a new villain. So I lived long enough to become evil, or whatever that line is.
Hold on. What's behind you? Is that a box?
Yeah, it was a box the dogs were.
That's for the dogs. That's a dog box.
The dog came in a box?
Yeah,
that's a trope. Yeah, dogs come in boxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
all right.
Hi. I'm sure people are here now.
All right, Chris. Sorry, what's the title of that piece?
Oh, unfinished.
Great. Well, Chris, well done. Well done. We'll come back to you in a little bit. That was very powerful.
That is powerful.
Let's take a look at our reigning best artist in the world, Casey Gibbs. Casey, what do we got, buddy?
My mistake. All right. So I chose it as a way to show what the best day in the world could have been like for me.
Oh.
So obviously, as you can see, aliens exist and have shown real proof. I'm down here being tackled by multiple women.
Nice.
All right, keep going. I'm with you.
Are you wearing a man bun?
No man bun. It's actually repellent.
Inaccurate.
Just kidding. And then up here, as we can see, is a callback to the first time I ever did anything here. Breaking news. Anglerfish are extinct. Notorious oceanic snot beasts wipe themselves out after failed attempt at militarizing space.
Oh, nice.
And,
nice throwback.
That's great.
Who we got up there?
So we got Darla Dimple from Cats Don't Dance, because I hate her more than almost any character for some reason. And then John Malkovich.
What is that reason?
I have no idea.
I hope
Is that
it's
Cyrus the Virus?
Watch the movie. You'll hate her so much.
Con Air?
Is that Cyrus the Virus?
Yes, it is Cyrus the Virus. Yep. And then, of course, the biggest bad guy from cinema history is Danny LaRusso from Karate Kid. He's clearly the villain. Picking on poor Johnny and taking his girlfriend.
Nice.
Hey,
beautifully rendered.
I don't just what is your favorite? The greatest day of your life is when women tackle you?
Probably. Actually, yes. I play a sport that actually requires that, but it's there's a lot to it, and I'll probably explain that later because there'll be a lot of explaining.
Yeah, we'll catch up on the after show on 8chan.
What is the sport so people can Google it?
I play a sport that is actually anybody can play, and it's called Jugger, and it's basically it's based off of a movie where people can actually hit each other with foam sticks and kind of like play freeze tag, but it's kind of like rugby at the same time. Obviously, we're not playing it now, but it's really fun, and you should look it up. You could look it up on YouTube. You'll find, just like look up Jugger, and you'll see people running each other with sticks, and it's actually very fun.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Bad Example loves it.
He does. It's great.
All right, so
nice.
Silent Squeak calls it. Yeah, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
Game.
Paul.
Yes. Hi. Sorry.
Hey, buddy.
I was lost in thought about that game.
By the
Sounds
way,
like-
people checked out your people in the chat checked out your Instagram, and they said you're a really good artist.
Thanks a lot. I should be watching that on. I have the ability, and that's nice of them. Thank you. I'll just say that. That's very nice of you. So my turn, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is I did this with a little dip pen thing. So
Oh.
my original. Can you hear me? Okay, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So my original thing was I used to have a cat, and the cat got injured and broke his hip. So me and my ex raised money to get him an operation, and we were able to do that, and it made me feel really good. So that was one of the best moments that I remember. This is him like in the recovery with a cone on his head, and his leg is shaved, and he has a little scar on his hip. And then I kind of got thrown by the villains, so I just drew Darth Vader and the Devil, because the Devil's been a pretty consistent villain in stories, and Vader's he's pretty iconic as a bad guy. I mean, I guess it could be debated whether or not he was a true villain if you want to go through the whole arc of the entire Star Wars story. But
Yeah, let's do that right now. Could you do that?
Yeah.
Just
Sure,
go through
yeah,
the
well,
entire arc.
starting-
Yeah, the whole arc.
So do you know what midichlorians are?
Yes.
No, you're gonna have to. We're gonna have to go back further.
All right,
Back
no,
further.
I shouldn't have started there. Okay, so there's a force. Anyway, so yeah, that was the idea. So the Devil and Darth Vader are standing behind a cat I used to own that I raised money to have a total hip replacement for, and that is what that is. And I don't know if it was the best day of my life, but it's one of the most iconic that I can remember. So if you want to take points off for that, I understand as well.
Well, I don't take the points off, but Rajiv and Shane.
All right, so that's what that is. Do you need to? Oh, you sound like Vader right now. Now you sound like the guy who trades things on that one world. We've gone way in Star Wars.
I'm convinced this is a bit.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't-
it might be.
I can't. Just-
Pass.
All right. Well, let's get our critiques. So, Rajiv, would you start off? And remember, Rajiv and Shane, we need you to recreate your
Oh
your,
crap!
Do we need to
Our
leave
favorite?
yeah. So just while Shane, while
Do you want
Rajiv is
to
doing
talk
his,
about what we liked about each of them, or just draw
Yeah,
which
yeah.
one we liked?
yeah. Well, you tell us what your thought process is right now as far as your voting goes.
Well, looking at Chris's, I really enjoyed this I felt I got a really international feel with it. Like I saw kind of like a French mime thing happening there with a beret of some sort. And I think it's interesting how you chose the dog being your most memorable day, contrasting with Paul choosing a cat being his most memorable day. So I feel like you two guys are really going head to head with it, because a cat and a dog are each other's villain, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Good insight.
So I feel like there's some type of stuff going on between you guys. So I'm really putting you together. And then you have Casey, who really went beyond the whole animal thing and went to the aliens, because I feel like, aliens, like when they in movies, when they've come here, like they befriend or they're the actual villains in a scenario. So it's I think all three had very distinct drawing styles, and some were more playful than others, some were more emotional than others. So I think there are a lot of things to weigh when I choose my favorite.
Well, you've got a really difficult decision ahead of you. So we're going to let you go, and you're going to have to do some mulling over, some real centering of yourself. Absolutely. And folks in the chat, Mark just put out a poll. So whoever is your favorite, one of I don't. Mark, you want to explain how that poll works?
Yeah, sure. So you have three options. You have Casey, Chris, and Paul. And all you got to do is click the link to straw poll to vote. And then once you do that, it will tally it all automatically. And then I will share the results after Shane and Rajiv give their votes.
I'm gonna need more detail.
Sure. So the link right now is purple. When you click, it'll be a lesser color of purple.
Now, is purple?
You know what?
Is purple pretty standard?
You all know this.
Is that?
I think it's pretty standard. I don't know.
So
Funky color.
Ethan, you. All right. Yeah. So our judges have one vote each, and the poll has one vote each. So Shane, take us through. What's your thought process like here?
Oh, it's messy up here in this head. I would say. Oh, am I hearing myself on a robot voice now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so. Ethan left because his
Okay.
computer is crazy.
All right. So I thought, I mean, in terms of imagination, Casey was, to think like to have an imagined moment to, as we all need, we don't want to just spend all of quarantine reflecting on our lives. So you want to think about what we want our lives to be after this. And I think that he's really, the idea of after years of jugging around, that there might be like 3 ladies coming to grab him, and then like aliens swooping down right at that time, being like, I want the coolest guy on the planet. Who's that? Happens to see 3 ladies tackling him. Oh, we're grabbing that guy. I enjoyed that. I thought that Paul's was a little, it was a little like Make-A-Wishy, sort of a vibe there. Like
Yeah,
oh,
definitely.
Okay, I'm a bad person if I don't pick Paul's. Was that the strategy?
yeah, that's what it seemed like.
And then Chris's, I mean, when I first saw Chris's, I've never I didn't think that I was going to like judge an artist and I would need an artist to be like, this is a dog. This is actually a dog. Like there was something spectacular about that. And then like given a little more time to be like, because obviously the Joker face, I also like it threw me so much that I forgot that there was the villain thing. There was already enough going on. There was already so much going on with the dog situation that I forgot the villain component completely. I liked that the box was the best drawn part of the mural, but also the wall was quite good. Like the wall itself was really good, and then the box was good, and then the rest of the mural was kind of like, I mean, it seemed like early on he was like, well, I better budget my time correctly. better not get too swept away with details. So it's tough to say. Do I do I wait to say who I liked the most, or
Yeah, you
I
gotta
wait,
wait.
right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you guys hold up your drawings at the same time as the big reveal. So keep in mind, everybody, we're voting on creativity, style, self-expression, execution, and risk.
I'm glad no one got hurt on this one. This would have been
You mean like emotionally hurt?
Yes, 911. There's a Chris W somewhere that just hurt himself on an art project. I don't know. He's on a couch.
Mention the pillows.
So all right. Okay, let's focus, everybody. We got Mark. Do we have a? Is this me now? Is this me now?
I think
This
it's
is you
just
now.
Ethan's thing.
Is it Ethan's thing? It's
Yeah.
totally Ethan's.
You're good now.
Every time he comes in.
Ethan looks so sheepish over there.
I wonder if you can
Oh,
switch
no.
to the microphone within the computer rather than whatever. Go and use the system microphone
Oh,
instead
man.
as
Okay,
a backup.
Thanks
I
a
don't
lot,
think you can
Genius
hear your
Bar Shane.
suggestion.
I do a lot of Zoom recording things these days. I'm an
Yeah.
IT person now.
All
And
right,
a futurist.
So Mark, fill us in. What does the audience say? Who is their vote?
Casey has 0 votes. Chris has 0 votes, and Paul has 0 votes. Apparently,
It's a tie
no
game.
one has voted.
Hi.
Wow, a three-way tie.
I mean, it is a real nail biter.
It is.
There may be something off with the
And this
there may be
is,
something off with the poll. Yeah, if anyone voted in the poll, did not see their result. I mean, no one was counted in that poll. Just vote in the chat, and we'll count it up from there.
or don't complain about the results. You know,
Yeah.
if you don't like, if you don't vote, then you can't complain. This is the issue.
Wait, bad example. You voted for Paul, Chris. you
Wait,
voted
Chris
for Paul?
voted for Paul.
The
All right.
humility this man has.
That's worth something.
Okay, we've got right now we've got 2 votes for Casey, 1 vote for Chris. Come on, Chris. That, oh man, it looked like. Can you put it up again, Chris? Can I see that again?
It's pretty amazing.
Can we have all of the artists put your pieces up again so that my goodness gracious, I mean,
Well,
You know, the
I
first
mean,
time,
don't bother
I
because
didn't
mine's
realize he
pinned
actually
on
drew the
Chris's right
wall.
now.
So,
all right, so that's Chris's right there, and it includes the Joker.
Is the dog thing
I also
lipstick
like
on
that
him?
everyone else put the villains just like watching the scene. Chris was like, I
I am
guess
the
I'm the villain.
I also like that Chris's look like the
It's
sport.
a good. I mean, it is a good thing he didn't put a terrible amount of detail into the face before the 10-minute twisteroo, because he was able to somehow morph that into a Joker.
You
I
guys, we
also
have
like
a
how one hand has fingernails and the other one doesn't. So he's very diverse himself.
Fingernails are inside the dog.
So Paul voted for Chris. Chris voted for Paul.
Oh boy.
And so we have a 3-way tie right now. Everybody has the same amount of votes. So whoever votes next decides who the winner is for the chat. Now,
For the chat.
yeah. Shane and Rajiv, on the count of 3, you show us you show us your recreation of your winning piece. You ready?
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. So,
I wanted to draw one that I could draw at least as good, if not better.
okay.
Wow.
All
I
right.
think my dog is a little more clear. I think people will be like, yeah, that's a dog.
I couldn't remember Casey's villain, so I wanted to pay homage to the other two drawings. So the French dog and the cat in a cone.
I didn't know how
Okay.
much time we were going to have, and I forgot about my assignment.
That was unfair on our part. Sorry.
Oh man. So we have all right. So we have a 3-way tie in the chat, and we have a 2-way tie here. Mark, I think you need to decide now between Chris and Casey. That's how we decide this. And those of you who participated at home, make sure you send your the pictures of your masterpieces, because we also have to do this all over again for the submissions from home. So Mark, would you do the honors, please?
Can I see yours one more time?
Mark, do we have submissions from Fart Smackdown?
We do. Oh man.
Paul, you got to show your...
Paul. At this point, it's between Chris and Casey, correct?
Not necessarily. You could vote for Paul and then throw it into more chaos.
You know what? I like chaos. Let's go with Paul.
Oh man,
Wow.
Mark, what's the point of that? You're supposed to be the tiebreaker. Why did you do that? All right. Okay.
Because I've never been in a situation where I could create yet another tie.
All right.
I feel like, is Ethan a tiebreaker now?
Well, I tell you what. Why don't we look at the audience? Why don't we look at the audience submissions, and we'll see if we can come to some consensus there, and then we'll come back to this question. In the meantime,
That's a very good idea.
If you haven't voted in the chat, you hold all the power. You can invite one of these gentlemen back to the show next week. I implore you. If you have not voted, now is the time. I mean, you are Florida. You are Florida in the year 2000.
And don't Mark Stetson your vote. Really make it matter.
I mean, what was that, Mark? What an embarrassment. My goodness. All right, Mark. So, Mark, let's see what we've got from our artists at home.
Well, you know what? This is going to be significantly easier because we only have one.
Well, it's not an automatic.
Oh.
Silent Squee coming through with a really cool one, if I may say so myself.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's
love
three-dimensional.
Oh, I like this. You made it into a mural.
Oh, that's dope.
This is, did they explain? Whoa.
That's awesome. She says it's a nice bath with the best Joker from Batman the Animated Series.
Mark
Good
Hamill.
book, read to you by Pennywise the Clown, and then Mothman for good measure. I love it.
That's incredible.
That
well,
was...
I guess Paul, Casey, and Chris lost. That's a whole world.
I know. This person literally thought outside the box. They created a box themselves.
Thought outside a box into a box.
Wow, that's really going far outside the box. I love that.
Yeah.
Silent Squee, we will see you next week.
Yes, indeed.
Now, so I guess Robot Ethan has to, if we can hear what he says.
I've logged back on.
Hey, welcome back.
I missed a lot of it. Could we start over?
Yeah.
Did I go?
Do you know that we have a 3-way tie right now?
Yeah, I know that, and it was sort of
Alright.
my fault because I goaded Mark into it. All right, so we got Chris did the Toy Story 4 spork filleting a dog. Was my interpretation of that. Casey did lady tackling, and then Paul, the cat with the comb.
Oh man.
Did you want me to vote or just recap?
Well, I mean, if you
I
don't,
think Paul.
Could we get? Could you
think
do
Paul?
like a?
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I pick Paul.
We've got a winner, you guys. Paul Odo is coming back next week. Paul, would you come back on and talk a little shit to Silent Squee about how you're gonna take her down next week?
You're on mute.
Thank you very much. Yes, sure.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you for.
Yeah, come
thank
from
you.
behind win, yeah.
Yeah,
That really was a that was.
it was
Wow.
not a landslide. It was not. No. But I'm very flattered. Thank you.
Well, we're flattered to have you. So enough of the flattery. What are you going to do? Anything different next week? What's your game plan here? What do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna brush up on moments in my life, best moments, worst moments. Think about villains, think about movies.
Well, it's going to be a completely different challenge.
Yeah, I just it's good to be just working out those muscles though, as far as
Sure.
Smart.
training.
That's smart. Yeah.
I'll probably have maybe a set of markers instead of a dip pen. It was kind of a bad choice on my part as far as I'm concerned.
It was a risky choice.
It was taking chances, and I'm just gonna try to get out there and give 110% and look alive and that whole thing. Yeah, and remember to thank Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you got to remember to thank Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's if that hasn't been clear so far.
Well,
If after you stop watching Art Smackdown, just make sure to thank Jesus.
Yeah.
well,
that's
it's good that you guys always carve out a couple minutes right at the end of each show for our Lord and Savior.
It's important.
Yeah. So thank you for reminding us. We almost forgot.
Sure.
Mark, you want to take us out?
Sure. One second. Well, congratulations to the best artist in the world, Paul Odo, and this week's audience champion, Silent Squee. They'll be back next week to defend their title against some brand new upstart. Special thanks to our guest judges tonight, Rajiv Fernandez and Shane Mauss. You've been watching Art Smackdown. We'll be back next Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. If you're in the middle of America, you won't see it. And brand new celebrities and a brand new Art Smackdown. See you then. Good night.
Good night, everyone.